Sammy, you're muted, dude. Sammy, I cannot hear you.
Oh,
There you are.
I just blew that one. Well, why don't you text me next time? All right.
I was just about to. But I figured out you're on air. You're not going to be looking at your phone. Anyway, yes, you were muted.
Sounded great. It definitely sounded great. Here at Taj Lounge 973 with Chico Resch, Devils Hockey Network. Shorts guy is at his home studio. We're going to be talking about the latest Devils 2021 NHL trade deadline moves. Chico, some action today.
Yeah, you're right. Devils made a trade. Jonas Siegenthaler coming over from the Caps. The Devils gave up. What they gave up was a third-round pick that was Arizona's, but Arizona, there's some stipulation they don't have to give it up this year, and then the Devils would have to use their own third round this year. But I done my homework. He's 23, 24. He's Swiss. He's played some World Championship games with Nico Hischier. Big defenseman. You know, the Caps were going to lose him in the expansion draft, so they got something for him by trading him. And, you know, I always try to put things in perspective. He's a good, bigger, solid, stay-at-home defenseman, but he's not going to be an impact defenseman. But the Devils think that he could be number 5 or number 6, so that would be pretty good. And so that's one thing that's going on. What else we got, Sam?
Sami Vatanen is... You want to break that?
Well, yeah, Sami Vatanen is on waivers, but he is still going to play tonight. Will Butcher's going to be in the lineup. The question mark is Dmitry Kulikov. He may be the odd man out. Now, I talked to a friend of mine in Winnipeg who's in their scouting staff and says that he thinks that Kulikov will have some interest. So whether he's in or out may tell us if there is interest or not. And then Marian Studenik, the youngster from Slovakia, he's getting his first look tonight. And so the Devils have had a pretty busy day, Sammy, and it's all looking to the future, and it's bright.
Isn't that risky to play Sami Vatanen when he's on waivers?
Well, it is, but really, how many guys have gotten hurt? And here's the other thing is he's got till tomorrow. Now, if he was picked up, then he wouldn't play. But some teams might say, hey, we're not sure. Could you play him again tonight? We want to really look at him now. So I get sitting players out, but it's not nearly as risky as it might seem. But let's hope that doesn't happen, Sam.
Yeah. Now, Chico, this is our Facebook Live. I just put that up there.
Oh, okay.
See, people chat in because they're our extension of our podcast. We're also on YouTube and Twitter and all that. So you may see some comments, and keep it clean, folks. That's what I always have to say. Keep it clean. But yeah, so people chime in. Some of the questions that you get, this is literally where we get it from.
Oh, okay.
Live. Yeah.
And what about Short Guy? Does he have any questions?
Yeah, Shorts Guy. Yeah.
I had a question. I just lost it. That's the type of day I'm going into. I legitimately had a question, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So I'm going to try to think of it. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
But I think it's all good, right? I mean, we knew.
No. It's definitely all good.
Was going to improve, and they're in really good shape. But even Tommy Fitzgerald, the general manager, says we got to rebuild that back line. And so that trade today with Siegenthaler is a step in the right direction. There could be more. You know, there'll be. I think there's going to be a number of players on waivers. I don't know if Ryan Murray is, you know, but obviously Sammy is, and I think Kulikov will be. So, you know, between now and Monday, there could be a couple more moves.
Yeah, a couple more moves. Chico, I just wanted to show you something real quick. This is the big reveal. We didn't even reveal these yet. These new jerseys.
Oh.
How do you like that?
I like it.
This is the big reveal.
Who designed this? Who's going to take credit for this design? Because that's a dandy. Huh?
It was
you, Sammy, Shorts Guy.
It was Chico. It was a collaborative effort between Sammy, myself, and our Jersey guy, Tom Bowers from Revolt Hockey. So it was the three of us put it together. It was kind of on a whim. Sammy threw out to our group chat like, wouldn't it be nice to have jerseys? And he kind of made up basic mock-up, and I kind of just took it and ran with it.
Well, no, that is good.
And kind of
It's
surprised them.
catching.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a catchy.
I would agree. It's we're all happy with it. I've got mine. I know some of the other guys in our group are waiting for theirs in the mail, but we're all pleased with the jerseys.
I got to tell you though, if it goes really well, then you got to come up with an alternative jersey.
Oh,
a retro something.
We can do that.
Keep the marketing alive.
Oh, we can do that. That's not a problem.
I bet you can.
Chico, we got a question at the Facebook Live. Ray Leo asks, what do we do with all this cap space? How do we go forward after the deadline?
Well, I think it's going to be a great summer of seeing what's available. I've done my homework just on who's going to be available in the defensive role, which is what the Devils are going to really look to spend their money on first and foremost. And then they've got a draft pick, a first-round draft pick. I mean, you can throw that in as well. And then with the expansion draft, there's so many moving parts, and it's so unpredictable that nobody quite knows how this is going to shake down. But what is good, I could see the Devils spending some money this year on a higher-end defenseman because there's no secret that's where the improvement is needed. But there's, like I say, so many options for Tom Fitzgerald that, it's really hard to say what he's going to do with it. But, they'll spend some of it, I am sure.
So, yeah. Chico, I remember the question that escaped me a couple minutes ago. Have you heard anything if Alexander Holtz was going to come stateside prior to the end of the season?
Well, it's a no-brainer. I mean, if he can come, he'll come, and if he can't, it's not like he's going to say no. But there's some other issues. Is he going to be part of the World Championship team? World Championships are so big in Europe. It's a big deal to play in those as well. So whether he comes or not, it's not. To me, it isn't a big deal. But I did talk to some people in the Devils' scouting staff, and this guy can score. This guy is going to be a tremendous winger for whether it's Jack or whether it's Nico. But we have got a guy there that is a legitimate goal scorer, which is what either of those two players need. So he will eventually arrive, but we'll have to see where he lands in terms of the World Championships for the Swedish team.
Well, Chico, with Jack Hughes centering Kokkinen and Sharon Govich, there's been no stop of offense. They look good, don't they?
Well, it's a complete line. What I like about Sharon Govich is he hasn't seen many pucks he doesn't like to shoot, and you need a shooter, and his accuracy level is really increasing because Jack will draw people, right? He'll draw defenders, but then his winger has got to know how to get open, and when that puck is laid there, as we saw the other night in Buffalo, one-timer into the net. So he's big, he's competitive, and then Jani Kokkinen, he's fitting well because he's also a playmaker on the other side. He's got good speed, can help with the forecheck and on the back check. It's a good-looking line, and that would be nice if that could really take off the rest of the year. And then if Holtz did come over, he could perhaps slot in with Nico Hischier. And then you got a 1-2 scoring line, which is what you need to win consistently.
Chico, before we let you go, John in the Facebook Live asked that the Sabres have hinted that several first-round picks will loosen up Eichel. What do you think will happen with Eichel, Jack Eichel up in Buffalo?
Oh, boy, you got to be careful with Jack. If it's me as the GM, the Devils would not be interested. But to me, he hasn't proven himself yet. Oh, I know he's got skill and he got dazzle and stuff, but there's so many other parts to someone that they think would be a centerpiece, a franchise player, right? He can't just be skilled. He's got to have it in the heart. He's got to be sold out. I don't know. I think it's going to be harder to trade him than they realize. I'm just hoping, I got to be honest, that Taylor Hall gets moved for somebody because his head's got to be in a rough place right now. He's gone to Arizona, didn't work there. Now Buffalo, doesn't work there. And he's a good guy. But that would be another one, Sam. And Shorts guy, I don't know what he's worth. Is he worth $3 million, $4 million? He's making 8 now, but I don't think he's the MVP type player that he was here with the Devils. So how much you want to pay him and how much you want to give up. So there's some real interesting stories that are yet to be developed.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I feel like unfortunately for Taylor, his value has dropped a little bit over the last couple of years with the situations he's been in, and but this is the NHL, and there is always going to be a GM willing to throw that money at someone. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you're right.
We're saying maybe 2-3 million, and then there's I guarantee there's a GM that'll be like 10. Here you go. Here's 10 million. That's just the way the NHL works.
Well, look at Buffalo. I mean, with all due respect, I was a goalie, so I understand offensive threats and how they have to play to be really smart in hockey sense. Taylor isn't one of those. He's more of a straight-up guy, and that year he played for us, I mean, it was just a phenomenal year.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He can't do that anymore. He's finding out he couldn't do it in Arizona, didn't score much there, hasn't scored here, but yet Buffalo gave him 8. So I agree with you. All it takes is one. Well, if it's two teams, then it's like a bidding war, right? Then you're in really good shape. But I know, I'm sure he'll be at least $5 million, I would think. I got to be honest right now, and again, I'm not dumping on Taylor, but for the money and what I think they could bring, I would be as apt to go after Kyle Palmieri in the free agent market as I would Taylor Hall.
And last but not least, because we got one more minute.
Sure.
Have been broadcaster audibles being called. Erica Wachter and Bryce Salvador are in protocol. Matt Loughlin is actually moving to TV tonight. And for his first NHL game, your broadcast partner, the man, a friend of the podcast, Rob Lapolis from Binghamton Devils, will get his dream shot with Chico Resch.
I talked to him. I said, "Did you sleep much last night?" "Oh, I hardly slept at all. I was up doing charts." And he had a game in Wilkes-Barre last night with the Binghamton Devils, and we talked about the approach. And I mean, you've heard him. He's got a good voice. I said, you can't fail. Because when I was a goalie, I would always say, okay, if I prepared well, I worked hard in practice, I've gone over some of the mistakes, I'm working on those, I'm gonna be psyched and ready to go. I can't fail. I might not play great. And I just said the same thing with Rob. Rob, just bring your stuff and be confident because you got the right stuff. I like him. And so he will do well, but he said, just like a player, like him and Studenich, he's going to be feeling the same thing on the ice. And up in the booth, Robbie's going to feel the same thing. They get over those first few shifts, Rob says, and then I think I can settle down. But I'm looking forward to it because, whatever level you are, when you get to the dream job, which he's dreamt about being an NHL broadcaster, right, Sammy? And then the other thing, he was really fired up. On Thursday, we're going into the Garden to do the Ranger game from the Garden.
Ooh.
So then he's even more over the moon with that one. So, if you get a chance, everybody, just send him a text if you have it, Sammy, and you guys will mention it. Even if you could, unless you don't break away from the podcast, but if you could just tune in for a little bit on Devils Radio on the Devils.
On the app. I'll send people over there in the first period. We'll crash the app.
Okay, you guys.
And just so you know, since I'm here, I like to be an EBUB, emergency backup broadcaster. In case something happens, Rob gets a little nervous. I need to fill in there. I can go across the street. That's my little scam to get in.
Well, I tell him he's got a hungry backup. I'm sure that'll spur him on even more. That his job it could be in jeopardy because this guy, I'll tell him, is really good. Yeah.
No, he's really good. And tell him Sam said hello, and we should have Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sometime. He'll know the inside joke.
Oh, yeah. I doubt he could have even eaten today. The stomach, the butterflies. And, I'm looking – I'm really – it's just a thrill for me to – I was a rookie with Mike Emmerich, and Mike told me some things that were very basic. And they stuck with me, and I told Robbie the same thing. And if you do those things and he's got more talent than I had, you got to be successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say to some people, you can't fail, because you've done all the steps. You you've built yourself into a good this or that, and so. But it's still going to be nerve-wracking for him.
Absolutely. Well, wish him luck for us.
I
Break your
will.
leg and everything.
Absolutely.
I will.
And don't let us monopolize your time. You got a game to call, Chico.
Oh,
I don't want to be responsible for Rob's debut that Chico Resch is across the street at Taj Lounge 973.
Yeah. You know, they call Mikey McLeod Motor Mike now. Mm-hmm. They call me Motor Mouth.
Oh.
So you can call me that anytime, guys. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chico.
Thank you, Chico.
Tonight and in the future.
All right, thank you.
Okay, see ya.
That's Chico Resch. You got to have it.
Things will be better. I know they will. Chico and the man.
Lounge 973 on the second Let's Go Devils podcast. Pre-game. This is pre-game, Shorts Guy.
Yep, pre-game.
Everybody's going crazy on the Facebook Live. The 5-7 AR on YouTube Live says Chico with all caps as we're pre-gaming here.
It's always great when we when we get some some friends of the podcast actually be able to stop by. You know, that's what's great about being able to be back at the arena is we get to do these live events. So.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just it's fun.
We're taking every precaution around the set. We're 6 feet apart. We're we're doing everything. I've got my wipes here and all that kind of stuff. All that good stuff. But just to let you know, and also that's the big reveal tonight.
Yeah.
How sweet are these jerseys? Shorts Guy?
Sam,
we're going to be starting taking pre-orders very soon.
We can definitely do that. I love this thing, and I know the quality is good. Like I mentioned, we had some help from our friend Tommy Bowers at Revolt Hockey. So anyone who's a hockey player out there needing some jerseys, some equipment, and specifically sticks. The Revolt Hockey
email
sticks.
Sam at letsgodevils.com. There's a lot of questions. How do we get one of these jerseys? So just email me. We'll put you on the list. And once we get the second order, Chico's going to get one. A lot of people are going to get one. Rebecca Morse is going to get her jersey very soon as she comes here at Todd's Lounge 973 before she goes to the game. All that. But, yeah, Shorts Guy, we're just one step closer to normalcy.
I know.
We're some Nuggets. I didn't know that Vatanen was playing tonight. Chico goes by, strolls in, tells us the news. Yeah.
It was weird to see him get listed as a waiver guy, and just I don't know. It's just, but I'm surprised to hear he's playing. I was under the assumption that when he went on waivers, that was it. Like you were waiting. You weren't eligible to play. But obviously, I'm wrong. But yeah, so this could be a showcase game for him. It could be a showcase game for Will Butcher too. Right before the deadline with Will Butcher in, and we've talked about him and his lack of play, a lot over the course of the last couple of weeks. So he could potentially be a piece to move. He could also potentially be a piece that we could be exposing for the expansion draft. So. But yeah, I mean, lots of, and it's still, we have till 3:00 tomorrow. My advice from last week is still the same. Do not buy any jerseys until after 3:00 tomorrow afternoon, because you don't know who's going to be here.
But
yeah,
it's you should be buying our Let's Go Devils podcast jerseys. We're taking pre-orders. Just email me at sam@letsgodevils.com. And Ray Leo, does it come with a Jeopardy appearance? Just email me, Ray. We'll work it out. Jeez. We'll work it out, Ray.
Yeah, it's
Felino to the Leafs. It says Devils 1917 in the YouTube Live. If I'm reading that.
Is that
correct?
Is that current? I don't know. I got to look. I haven't paid any attention in the last 20 minutes.
On live air right now. Yeah. But Kenny says, "What's up, Sam? Go Devils." What's up, Kenny? Thank you for joining us. We just had Chico Resch on. Just stopping by, saying hello. You should try the food here, Shorts Guy, because it's now
It's
under new
good.
management. It used to be PJ Ryan's. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Wings are phenomenal. I just had a couple wings before,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I got some seafood. Here, let me show you what I got before Chico arrived. I haven't even dug in. I got some like seafood, some shrimp, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
They got.
That's a whole lot of nope for me.
I'm on a seafood diet, and I'm going to seafood
Yeah.
and eat it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the food's there. The food there is good. I didn't get a chance to try the wings last time I was there, so we're gonna have to do that. Put that top on the list. But it does look like from when we were there last to now that there are more menu offerings, which is good. We got there almost like just as they were reopening. So
Yes.
yeah, Taj is a great place. So I can't wait to be back. I wasn't able to make it down today, but I definitely cannot wait to make it back down there.
And I'll be back for Ranger Hate Week on the 18th.
That's coming up.
Around this
That's coming
time,
up.
and that's going to be. I got to get Chico back out. Got to get Chico back out. I was just changing the graphics on the fly. See, this is,
Yeah,
this
I
is
know.
the kind of like hack production that we do.
And yeah, Foligno is now a Maple Leaf. So he is now. I just saw that online now, so I was just able to jump on. Yeah, that is confirmed. So that's I believe that's confirmed from what I've seen. But yeah, so the deadline is quick approaching. I still think it's up in the air whether it's going to be. I know we're making moves. I'm curious what the rest of the league's going to be looking like as far as making moves. I'm surprised that a move like this going north of the border this close to the deadline is happening. I would assume that something going north of the border was going to be taken care of earlier this past week, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm sure we have another move or two left. It wouldn't, unfortunately, we may see another player or two that we like moving along, but it's as much as it sucks to see a player traded. We got to assume it's going to be for the betterment of our team.
Also, on a financial note, since I have Shorts Guy and I have financial interest in Doge. Doge is up, so our chances of owning the New Jersey Devils or getting that $35 million private jet has just increased
There we
quite
go.
a bit, as it's up 9.63% today. Doge,
I like that.
Just buy Doge. That's our fallback plan to life. Just buy Doge. Doge will get you there. Anyway, but we disclose that we have financial interests there. That Shorts Guy and I will buy the team.
We absolutely do.
Just with Doge. Yeah. All right, Shorts Guy. Well, as we're about to wrap up here, I mean, look, they're doing the best that they can.
Yep.
This place is as filled as it could be with the limited capacity. As you see the people behind me, everything's spaced out. The service is great. The food's great. Come visit us at Taj Lounge 973. We'll be back for post game. It's going to be a regular time schedule, merged into one. We'll be live after the game for our 9 p.m. Eastern abbreviated podcast. And also, I'll be down here on April 18th around 11 a.m. to set up. And we'll do our pregame, post-game, and our 9 p.m. next week. But for Ranger Hate
which
Week,
we failed to even really mention. We are playing Pittsburgh tonight. Lost to them 4-6 last week on Friday, 2 days ago. Let's see. Hopefully, we can have a little bit of a better of an outing. I will say this: the last game. Holy crap! That save. Oh man, I can't even remember who Pittsburgh's goalie was. It's escaping me. I have the worst memory today. But holy crap, that one save from the game last week on Friday. That's like a desperation diving save. It's to not only like he's leaning out the glove, but to basically punch it away DeSmith. That's who it is. DeSmith. Sorry. But to punch it away with the blocker like that, it looks like it's going glove, last minute, punches away with the blocker. It almost looks like a soccer goalie save. Just phenomenal. Poor Boquist, just robbed of a wide open net on that one. But I can tell you what.
Gets robbed, Boquist. But
But that's absolute complete robbery, like at a whole nother level. That's one of those things where if it's such a spectacular save, you hate to see it against your team, but you still have to appreciate it. But man, here's hoping for a better game today. Hopefully we can come out and take it to them early and hold the lead throughout the game, which seems to have been our problem recently. We just can't hold the lead. I'm hoping for a Devils win.
Time,
I know. And the trade we made today, trying to bolster our defense, like Chico said, looking to bolster defense in the summer will help. We got to do what we can do right now. And, here's just hoping that the Devils can come out, get an early lead, and hold it, and see if they can pull out that W today.
Yeah, well, Shorts guy,
Sammy,
I'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. I'm going to
see you tonight.
Leave, get back to the studio, and do our post-game / our regular Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Beer Baron, Scotty, from Suicide Jam, Liquid Metal. Shorts guy and myself will be on. Thank you to Chico. Thank you for all those watching the pregame here at Taj Lounge 973. The big reveal, our jerseys. Till next time, let's go Devils.